You glance down at your breakfast, maybe 2 eggs, sunny side up, the yolks catching that golden light. The familiar sizzle fades, replaced by the quiet clink of your fork on the plate. It should feel comforting like every morning for years, but as you shift to stand, you feel it, legs a little heavier, knees a bit stiffer, a hesitation before you even push back your chair. Maybe you pause, steadying yourself for a moment. Will I feel steady today, or will my balance wobble again? If you've ever felt that tiny flicker of doubt, wondering if this is just getting older, or if it means your strength is slipping away, you're not alone. So many of us wake up with the best intentions, eat the foods we were taught would keep us strong, and yet, there's that quiet question: why does it still feel harder to move? Maybe you hear the subtle pop in your knees as you stand, or feel the ache in your calves with that first step to the sink. The scent of breakfast, the warm steam from your coffee, everything familiar, yet your body feels just a little less reliable. Maybe you even catch yourself holding back from asking for help, hoping nobody will notice. If you're finding it harder to get up from a chair, or feel that unwelcome wobble in your step, you're definitely not alone. Millions face these struggles every morning, even the ones who try to laugh it off. But what if I told you there's a food, something you can find in nearly any grocery store, not a powder, not a pricey supplement that packs up to 8 times more protein than eggs, and here's the best part: it doesn't leave you heavy, bloated, or worrying about cholesterol. I know if you've tried every trick and nothing seems to stick, it's only natural to be skeptical. You might be thinking, could one food really make a difference after all this time? That's exactly what we're about to explore together. Before we dive in, I'd love to hear from you. What's the one activity you miss most because of weak legs or low energy? Is it walking, climbing stairs, gardening, or just standing up without help? Share your thoughts or questions in the comments below. Your story could help someone else feel less alone. And if you care about your health, your independence, and your strength, you're in the right place. Welcome to Senior Club, your trusted place for simple, science-backed tips to help you stay strong, independent, and confident every day. Stick around, because in a moment, I'll reveal the food almost nobody talks about, but it could quietly change everything for your strength. After 60, hit subscribe and take your first step toward a better you. Let me tell you about Bill. He's 67, the kind of guy who always believed in use it or lose it. Every morning, rain or shine, he laces up his sneakers and heads out for a brisk walk around the block. He eats well, keeps up with his friends, and never thought he'd be the one to worry about his legs. But recently, Bill noticed something unsettling. His morning walks started to feel heavier. Each step up the curb felt like dragging a bag of sand. And one afternoon, as he unpacked groceries, he felt his grip slip. A sharp, unexpected moment. The sound of apples thudding against the kitchen floor made his heart drop. He found himself pausing at the bottom of the stairs, debating, do I really want to risk that climb? If any of this sounds familiar, if you felt the slow creep of heaviness in your legs, the ache in your hands, or the quiet fear that one day you won't be able to do the things you love, please know you're not alone. So many people feel this way, even the ones who look perfectly healthy on the outside. Maybe you even grip the banister a little tighter these days, hearing that old step creak louder than ever. Here's the part almost nobody tells you. Did you know muscle loss can start as early as your 50s, even if you're still active, still eating right, and still trying your best? There's a silent process at work, and it's got a name: sarcopenia. It's the gradual fading of muscle that happens with age, not because you aren't trying hard enough, but because the rules inside your body change after 60. Imagine your muscles as a savings account after 60. The withdrawals come faster, even if you're still making deposits. Science shows that by the time you're 80, you could lose up to half the muscle you had in your prime. That's not just a number, that's the difference between bounding upstairs and hesitating at the bottom, between carrying groceries with confidence or letting apples crash to the floor. You might be thinking, but I eat my eggs, I walk every day. Isn't that enough? Unfortunately, it isn't, not anymore. After 60, your body doesn't absorb or use protein like it used to, and old routines that once kept you strong just can't keep up with the new reality. But here's the empowering news. You can fight back. The key isn't just staying active or eating enough, it's choosing the right kind of protein, the kind that's actually absorbed, actually used to rebuild and protect your muscle. Imagine what a relief it would be to feel the strength return in your legs, the steady confidence in your steps, the grip you can count on, the freedom to pick up your grandchild or climb those stairs without a second thought. Have you ever noticed your legs getting heavier, or that your grip isn't what it used to be? What moment made you realize something had changed? Share your experience in the comments. Your story can reassure someone else who's just starting to notice these changes. Close your eyes and picture yourself bounding up those stairs again. That's the strength we're fighting to reclaim. Stick with me, because up next, we're going to bust some big protein myths that keep most seniors stuck and show you the tiny upgrade that could help you reclaim muscle, one bite at a time. Picture the ritual, the gentle sizzle of eggs in the frying pan, the warm smell drifting through the kitchen. Maybe you've stood at the stove thinking, I'm doing everything right. It's the meal you've trusted for decades. Two sunny-side-up eggs on your plate, the fork scraping softly as you dig in, but then breakfast is over. And when you stand up, that old, familiar heaviness settles into your legs. You walk across the room, and there it is, the wobble, the hesitation. You grip the table a little tighter, hoping no one notices. You wonder, how can I eat for strength, but still feel so unsteady? You're not imagining it. Let me tell you about Joan, 73. Every morning, she'd start her day with eggs, just like her health coach always recommended. But with each passing year, her muscles felt weaker. Climbing stairs left her breathless, and even getting up from her chair sometimes took to tries. Her hands pressed deep into the armrest, knuckles white, just to lift herself up. Joan found herself quietly wondering if her favorite breakfast was still enough. Here's what most people never hear. After 60, your body's ability to absorb and use protein, especially from animal foods like eggs, slows down. Your stomach produces less acid, your digestion changes, and the protein you count on just isn't absorbed as well as it used to be. That's why so many seniors, even those who eat right, still feel their muscles slipping away. If you felt frustrated or blamed yourself, know that your body isn't failing you, it just needs a different kind of help now. But here's where hope sneaks in. There's a missing link, a kind of protein that's been overlooked for years, yet is surprisingly easy to find. It doesn't leave you feeling heavy or bloated, and it delivers more usable muscle support than eggs. Imagine a food that fits right into your routine, with none of the usual downsides. So why isn't everyone talking about it? And what makes it so different from the proteins we've trusted all our lives? Stick around, because in just a moment, you'll discover the quiet muscle saver that's changing the game for seniors everywhere. Ready for a surprise? Let's put away the eggs for a moment and open your fridge to something creamy, familiar, and often overlooked: cheese. Now, I'm not talking about just any cheese. The real muscle savers are the ones packed with protein, easy to digest, and incredibly versatile. Swiss, Edam, Pannier, and cottage cheese. Here's the wild part. Just a single serving of these cheeses can deliver up to 8 times more usable protein than eggs. That's not a typo, it's the quiet power of the right cheese waiting in your kitchen. Picture this: a creamy wedge of Swiss next to crisp apple slices. Maybe you cube up some Pannier and toss it into a colorful salad, or spoon cool cottage cheese alongside sweet berries for a refreshing snack. Feel the soft crumble as you break cottage cheese, the gentle press of a knife through Pannier, the cool, creamy texture melting on your tongue. This isn't just sandwich filling, it's muscle support you can enjoy any way you like. No recipes to memorize, no complicated prep, just everyday foods made powerful. Slice it, cube it, melt it, pair it with fruit, snack, salad, side, or even dessert. Cheese fits right in. And if you're worried about fat or calories, good news: cheeses like cottage, Edam, or Pannier are naturally lighter and easy to portion. You might be thinking, is cheese really that easy to use for strength? Let me tell you about Frank. At 69, he felt his legs wobbling more each month. Stairs became his enemy. He started adding a few cubes of Edam cheese to lunch, and after just a few weeks, he found himself climbing steps with new confidence, leaving his cane at the door. Or Edna, she thought cheese on salad sounded odd until she tried it. Now, she says, I actually look forward to eating my greens because cheese turns my salad into a treat. What about you? Have you ever tried adding cheese to a meal in a new way? Share your favorite combo below. You might inspire someone else to try it too. What makes cheese so powerful for seniors? Besides that creamy comfort, cheeses like Swiss and Edam are high in complete protein, easy on digestion, and far lower in cholesterol than you'd expect. Even if you've struggled with dairy before, aged or lactose-free options are gentle for most people. Still skeptical? That's smart. Most people have no idea that cheese can be a daily tool for muscle and balance, not just a guilty pleasure, but all it takes is a few cubes, slices, or a scoop a day to start seeing and feeling the difference. Let's dig in a little deeper. Why cheese works so well for seniors, especially when eggs or meat start falling short. Ready for a surprise? Let's set aside the eggs for a moment and reach for something creamy, familiar, and often overlooked: cheese. Now, not just any cheese. I'm talking about the real muscle savers: Swiss, Edam, Pannier, and cottage cheese. Here's what most people never realize: just a single serving of these cheeses can deliver up to 8 times more usable protein than eggs. Yes, you heard that right. It's quiet power right there in your fridge. Feel the soft crumble as you break cottage cheese, the gentle press of a knife through Pannier, the cool, creamy texture melting on your tongue. Maybe you slice a wedge of Swiss too. Enjoy with crisp apple slices, or cube up some Pannier and scatter it over a colorful salad. Spoon cottage cheese alongside sweet berries for a snack that feels like comfort food, but is actually fueling your strength. Who knew muscle support could be this delicious? Slice it, cube it, melt it, pair it with fruit, snack, salad, side, or even dessert. Cheese fits right in. No recipes to memorize, no complicated prep, just everyday foods made powerful. And if you're worried about fat or calories, good news. Cheeses like cottage, Edam, or Pannier are naturally lighter and easy to portion. You only need a few slices or a scoop a day to make a real difference for your muscles. No extra stress, no guilt. You might still be skeptical: is cheese really that easy to use for strength? Let me tell you about Frank. At 69, he felt his legs wobbling more each month. Stairs became his enemy. He started adding a few cubes of Edam cheese to lunch, and after just a few weeks, he found himself climbing steps with new confidence, leaving his cane at the door. Or Edna, she thought cheese on salad sounded odd until she tried it. Now, she actually looks forward to eating her greens, because cheese turns her salad into a treat. Have you ever tried adding cheese to a meal in a new way? Share your favorite combo below. You might inspire someone else to try it too. What makes cheese so powerful for seniors? Cheeses like Swiss and Edam are high in complete protein, easy on digestion, and far lower in cholesterol than you'd expect. Even if you've struggled with dairy before, aged or lactose-free options are gentle for most people. Still not sure? That's okay. Most people have no idea cheese can be a daily tool for muscle and balance, not just a guilty pleasure. All it takes is a few cubes, slices, or a scoop a day to start seeing and feeling the difference. So yes, cheese really can be the missing link right in your fridge. Let's dig deeper into why cheese works so well for seniors, especially when eggs or meat start falling short. So, why does cheese work so well as a muscle saver for seniors? Sometimes even better than eggs or meat. It all comes down to what's inside. Cheeses like Swiss, Edam, Pannier, and cottage cheese are packed with high-quality protein and all the essential amino acids your muscles need. Each bite delivers a dose of calcium for sturdy bones and vitamin B12 for steady nerves and energy, nutrients that become even more important as we age. Imagine every forkful quietly fueling your strength, helping your body stay balanced and your steps more secure. Here's a fun micro fact. Just one slice of Swiss cheese packs about the Same protein as 2 eggs, but with less cholesterol and easier digestion. For seniors with sensitive stomachs, this can make all the difference. Quicker muscle repair, less heaviness, and more comfort after meals, but not all cheese is created equal. Picture it this way: bad cheese, processed, rubbery slices wrapped in plastic often loaded with salt, artificial colors, and far less protein. Good cheese, fresh cubes of paneer, a wedge of Swiss, a scoop of cottage cheese packed with protein, calcium, and made with just a few simple ingredients. When it comes to muscle, real cheese means real results, while the processed stuff just can't keep up. Ruth, 74, used to feel wobbly by noon even after a big breakfast. She switched to a small cheese lunch, and within days, she noticed her legs felt steadier standing up, and she wasn't as tired getting through the afternoon, worried about fat or salt. You only need a small serving, a slice, a scoop, or a handful of cubes. Low-salt, reduced-fat options are easy to find, and many, like Swiss or paneer, are naturally gentle on your heart. How do you pick the right cheese? Read the label, look for short ingredient lists: milk, salt, cultures, lower sodium, and high protein. Per serving, choose less processed types whenever possible. Quick visual tip: next time you shop, hold up a block of Swiss or a tub of cottage cheese next to a package of processed slices. Feel the weight, notice the color, read the label. Real cheese is dense, fresh, and naturally flavorful. Cheese isn't just a treat, it's one of the simplest daily habits you can add to help your legs feel stronger, steadier, and more ready for the day. Up next, let's make adding cheese to your day simple, delicious, and even a little bit fun, so every meal can be a step towards stronger, steadier legs. Let's make cheese the most enjoyable muscle booster in your kitchen. The secret: simple combos, sensory pleasure, and trying new things at your own pace. Frank used to skip cheese, thinking it was just an extra, until he tried melting Swiss over his veggies and found he looked forward to lunch again. Picture this: a crisp apple slice topped with creamy Swiss, the sweet crunch blending perfectly with the rich, savory cheese. Or imagine fresh broccoli or carrots still steaming, with a layer of melted cheese draping over each piece, turning plain veggies into pure comfort food. Some people love a cool scoop of cottage cheese stirred into a fresh salad, just like Edna, who says, "Now my lunch feels like a treat, not a chore." You don't need fancy recipes, just add a spoonful, a slice, or a crumble, and see which flavors make you smile. Tips for every taste: picky about cheese. Start mild, try cottage cheese, paneer, or mozzarella. If strong flavors aren't your thing, you might love the gentle creaminess of these options. Sensitive stomach: go for low salt, aged, or lactose-free cheeses. They're easier to digest and kinder to your system. Short on time: pair cheese with fruit, whole grain, crackers, or toss a few cubes into soup or an omelet. You can even melt cheese over vegetables or toast for a quick, warm meal. It's okay if you only try a forkful at first, or just use cheese as a side, not the star. Every little bit helps your muscles. If you've always avoided cheese, maybe you worried about digestion, calories, or just never liked the taste, start small and see how you feel. A little goes a long way. You might be surprised by how gentle and satisfying it can be. Pro tip: keep a few varieties on hand and mix things up through the week. This makes it easier to discover which combo you love most and helps you stick with the habit. Remember, cheese is more than a treat. It's a simple, satisfying way to build strength, one delicious meal at a time. What's your favorite cheese combo, or is there a new one you're curious to try? Drop your ideas or questions below. You might inspire someone else to find a new favorite, too. Ready for the next step? Up next, we'll see what actually happens when seniors start adding muscle-friendly cheese to their routine, and why these little changes can add up to a much stronger, steadier you. Let's clear away the worries that hold so many seniors back from enjoying the muscle-building power of cheese: cholesterol concern. You might have heard, cheese is bad for your heart, but here's what the newest research shows: for most people, moderate amounts of the right cheese fit easily into a heart-healthy diet, especially when you pick lower fat, less processed kinds like Swiss, Edam, paneer, or cottage cheese. One slice of Swiss gives you all the protein of 2 eggs, but with less cholesterol. Digestive doubts. If dairy's troubled you in the past, you're not alone, but many aged cheeses like Swiss and cheddar or lactose-free options are surprisingly gentle. Imagine this, the first cool, creamy bite after years of avoiding cheese, and realizing your body handles it just fine. Ruth, 74, said, I was nervous, but I started with a little aged Swiss and had no trouble at all. It was such a relief, worried about cost. Here's a secret. Cheese is so protein-packed, a small serving goes a long way. No need for expensive supplements or giant tubs of powder. A few slices or spoonfuls is all you need, making it affordable and reducing food waste. Still unsure? Mary, 71, spent years avoiding cheese after her health coach warned her about cholesterol. But after learning the facts and trying a little low-fat paneer, she felt more energy and loved the taste. I wish I hadn't waited so long, she said. It's okay to start with a forkful or just a taste. Every journey begins with a single small bite. Ever wondered what a week of small changes could do for your comfort and confidence? Mini recap, remember cheese isn't just a treat. With the right kind and amount, it can be your daily life for strength and movement. Have you tried cheese again after years away? What was that first bite like for you? Share your experience in the comments below. You might give courage to someone who's still unsure. Up next, a simple, delicious week-long plan to help you try cheese for yourself and notice the changes for your body. Have you ever wondered what could really change in just a week? Let's make it simple. For the next 7 days, I invite you to try adding a serving of muscle-friendly cheese to one meal each day. No pressure, no perfection, just a small, doable upgrade. Picture yourself slicing into a wedge of creamy Swiss or scooping cool cottage cheese onto your plate. Maybe you crumble paneer into a salad or eat them with crisp apple slices. The choice is yours. Set your personal goal. Pause for a moment. What's the first thing you'd love to do a little easier? Climb stairs without gripping the rail. Stand up with less effort. Carry groceries. Play with your grandkids. Or simply walk a bit farther. Whatever your goal, big or small, picture it in your mind. That's what you're working toward this week. How to start? Pick your cheese: Swiss, Edam, paneer, or cottage cheese. Add it to your breakfast, lunch, or snack. Try a new combo each day if you like. Just keep it easy and enjoyable. Track your progress each day. Jot down one thing you notice. Did you get up with less effort? Was your walk steadier? Even a tiny improvement is worth writing down. If you don't notice a change right away, that's perfectly normal. Sometimes progress is slow and gentle. There's no right or wrong timeline. Real story. Ellen, 72, was nervous to try cheese again after years away. But after a week, she wrote, my legs felt steadier, and for the first time in ages, I could pick up my grandson for a real hug. Normalize the journey. If you're new to cheese, start small, just a slice or spoonful. It's normal to feel unsure, but you're not alone. Thousands of others are taking this same step, hoping for the same small wins. Engagement moment. What's your day one goal? Or, if you're tasting a new cheese for the first time, let us know which one you picked. You might inspire someone else to try it too. At the end of the week, come back and tell us what you noticed, no matter how small. Encouragement. Every little change counts. You're not just eating differently, you're investing in your strength, one meal at a time. Bridge to next. Up next, you'll hear more real stories from people who tried this challenge and the surprising changes they discovered. Picture it. You're standing up from your favorite chair, no help needed. Just a quiet confidence in your legs. Maybe it's a smile you can't hide, or the sweet surprise of making it to the mailbox without a pause. Let's celebrate what really matters, the small wins. Like Ellen, who felt a gentle pride lifting her grandson for the first time in ages, or Jack, who strolled an extra block just to feel the breeze, his legs steadier, his heart lighter, or Linda, who found her new power. Breakfast, a cool slice of cheese and crisp apple left her feeling ready for the day. Sensory beat. Feel the gentle strength in your legs as you stand. Taste that creamy, tangy cheese with a burst of fruit. Listen for the quiet victory in each step, each meal, each smile. Normalize the journey. Not every change happens overnight. Sometimes, progress is so gentle. You almost miss it. The stairs feel less daunting. Your energy comes back in tiny sparks, or you simply feel a little more like yourself. And that's worth celebrating. We celebrate every kind of win here, even if it's just a smile at breakfast or one extra step before you rest. Every win, big or small, is a step forward. Maybe your proudest moment this week was a single, steady step. Maybe it was carrying groceries, sharing a hug, or waking up with less ache in your legs. Jot it down. Let yourself notice every bit of progress. They all count. What's your proudest moment this week? Share it in the comments below. Your story could give someone else the hope to keep going, too. And if you're just starting, let us know what little change you're hoping for. You're part of a community now, cheering for every step, every smile, every win. Warm close. Remember, slow progress is still progress. Every day, every meal, you're investing in yourself, and you're never alone on this journey. Tease. In the next module, we'll answer your most common questions and bust the biggest myths about cheese, protein, and muscle strength, so you can keep moving forward with total confidence. You might be wondering, is cheese really safe for me? What if I'm lactose intolerant, counting calories, or taking medications? These are smart questions. Let's tackle them rapid fire so you can move forward with confidence. Lactose. Most aged cheeses like Swiss, cheddar, or Edam are naturally low in lactose. Picture a slice of Swiss on your plate, creamy, smooth, and gentle on your stomach. One viewer, Tom, said, "I hadn't touched cheese in years, but Swiss goes down smooth and never upsets my stomach." If you've struggled with dairy before, aged cheese could be your gentle new go-to. Calories. Worried about calories or weight? Imagine a snack plate. 2 cubes of cheese, some juicy apple slices, satisfying and protein-packed. Cheese is so filling, you don't need much. Mary wrote in, "I pair a little cheese with fruit. It fills me up and keeps snacking simple." Medications. Most cheeses blend smoothly into your routine, but if you're on special meds or have a medical diet, a quick check with your health coach is always wise. Think of it as a friendly double check just to keep everything running smooth. Mid-module summary. Start slow, listen to your body, and remember every win counts, no matter how small. Frequency. Do you need cheese every day? Not at all. Most folks notice a difference even with a few servings a week. Make it work for you and your schedule. Community testimonials. Tips. Our community has shared some great tricks like pre-slicing cheese for quick snacks, or melting a bit over veggies for an easy lunch. Linda says, prepping cheese and apple slices ahead of time helped me remember my muscle moment every day. Still have a question or concern? Drop it below. There's no such thing as a silly question here. What's your biggest cheese worry, or a tip that's worked for you? Share so others can learn, too. Warm wrap. You're not alone. Every question and every win helps this community get stronger together. Tease next. Up next, we'll show you a simple action plan to turn your new habit into lasting muscle support, one delicious meal at a time. Let's keep it simple, one slice, one small win at a time. You don't need a complicated plan, just a little cheese, a little hope, and a little progress every meal. Picture this. You add a creamy wedge of cheese to your breakfast plate, alongside crisp apple slices or juicy berries. Maybe you take a short walk after eating, legs a touch steadier, balance a bit easier. You pause and realize, I just stood up without a thought. That's your new normal. Comfort, confidence, and a future you can shape, one meal at a time. Every meal is a quiet act of self-care. It's a gentle promise that life can feel lighter, freer, and more joyful. Bite by bite. Even the smallest change, a slice of cheese, a handful of nuts, or a walk after lunch, counts as progress. And some days, that's everything. Let's build each other up. Have you felt a little difference? Walked farther, stood taller, or just enjoyed a snack you thought you'd given up? What's the best surprise you felt since starting this journey? Share it in the comments below. Your story could spark hope for someone just beginning. Thank you for being here, and for making Senior Club a place where every step, every win, and every comment matters. Don't miss our next video where we reveal a sweet fruit that can help tired muscles bounce back. Can you guess what it is? Drop your guesses below. If you found hope here today, hit subscribe and join us because your next step to better health is just a click away. Feel the comfort in your legs, the smile as you stand, and know that you're never alone on this journey.